So you've seen a video about adding and subtracting real numbers. Now let's talk about multiplying and dividing. The rules are slightly different, but a little easier for these. Let's look at them right here. Rules for multiplying and dividing real numbers. If two numbers are multiplied or divided with the same sign, you have a positive result. So negative times a negative is a positive, positive times a positive is also positive. Two numbers with different signs are a negative result. A negative times a positive or positive times a negative result in a negative answer. That works the same for division as it does multiplication. So, for instance, negative 12 divided by 3, okay, is a negative divided by a positive, negative 4. In addition to multiplication and division in general, we want to talk about specifically multiplication property of 0. This property says for any real number a, if I multiply a times 0, I'm going to get 0. If I multiply 0 times a, I'm going to get 0. That's probably already understood because you've seen that a long time. You knew that 0 times something was 0. And so multiplication is not a big deal. We just have to remember that for later because it becomes important. On the other hand, division involving 0 is tricky. For a real number a, where a is not equal to 0, a can't be 0 or this won't work either. And I'll show you why in a second. If I divide something into 0 that's not 0, you can get an answer of 0. That's fine. Because a times 0 is 0, that multiplication property we just went over. But if I divide 0 into a, we call that undefined. We can't get an answer. Let me show you why. So, when you learned about division to begin with, if they asked you what is 3 divided into 6, you thought about what number multiplies by 3 to get 6. That would be 2. Okay? And then you got used to 3 divided into 6 is 2. But that's how you thought about it first, is from thinking about the multiplication tables. So let's do that with 0. What's 0 divided into 6? What multiplies by 0 to get 6? Well, you'd say nothing. Can't do it. No way. Right? So that's why this is undefined, because we cannot come up with a number that multiplies by 0 and get 6. And you say, well, I know that I can figure out what 0 divided by 0 is. But what multiplies by 0 to get 0? You might say 0, but so does 5, so does 10, so does 236. So we could pick anything here. So it's still undefined because we can't figure out what answer it is. There's lots of them. We can't nail it down. So be careful of division by 0. It can't be done, not even 0 divided by 0. And remember that because it will show up. Okay? See you next time. Thanks.